I brought you a napkin. We are joined tonight by my beautiful wife over here. She's going to try to keep me straight tonight.
Try to.
So we got a few people in the house already. We got Mr. Mike Swinyard, Robert Bell. I see Matt Barwick. Good evening. Let's see. Random Adventures 2.0. Mr. Tony's in the house. I watched his video a little earlier. Got some music going in the background. If that's too loud, you guys let me know. That way I can kind of kick it up or kick it down, whatever you guys want. Really don't have a whole lot of plan for this evening. Just kind of wanted to come and do a little live stream because, to be honest with you, it's just a little rough right now to make videos. Things have been a little hectic lately, and just hadn't been able to
And it's 5,000.
get a video. Yeah, and it's super, super hot out there. It's so hot that I took a shower earlier, and I ran outside to do a little something for about 2 seconds, and I am glistening. So it's warm, but yeah, I thought we'd just come hang out tonight. So if you're wondering, the camera is on that side of the screen over there. So when you're talking to the camera, because when you're filming a video, you look directly into the lens.
I know that drives you crazy.
Yeah, it drives me crazy when somebody's making a video and they're constantly like looking at the viewfinder and looking at the little screen right there. That drives me bananas. Look into the lens itself. You're looking into the eyes of the person watching. That's what I was always taught anyway.
I'll just look at you.
Well, it's a good view, you know. Yeah, so really didn't have a whole lot planned for this evening. Thought I might talk a little bit about my last trip and having to bail out a little early on that trip. So if you didn't watch that video, you should go back and watch it. It actually turned out to be a good video. It actually did well. It's funny how people enjoy it when things go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how it is. People enjoy it when things go wrong. And, boy, I'm going to tell you, I had a great time paddling into that site, and, you know, the camp was a nice place to camp. And then that sickness hit me Friday night. Sarah had actually messaged me and told me that she was sick. And I swear I got it from you over the phone.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't sick until I knew she was sick. And then when I found out she was sick, a little bit later, I had already went to bed, and I woke up in the middle of the night and I was really sick. And that is no fun out there in the woods, you know. I mean, especially, like, it's one thing if you're camping right beside your vehicle and you can just load up and get out of there. I've bailed out on a couple before.
Mm-hmm.
That I was parked beside, because that one time I left because of my sinuses and everything. But when you are 4.5 miles paddled down a river, makes it a little more difficult.
Don't let her claw you.
You trying to get up here?
Yeah.
Got Dinah trying to join the.
Her little head was poking up.
You trying to join
I just didn't want
the party?
Her to grab you.
Oh. Dinah's gonna join the live stream with us too. But yeah, so it was definitely a rough night that first night. I see. Hey, Randy, how you doing, buddy? And then in the morning, I felt bad for leaving early because I was afraid it was gonna end up ruining those other guys' trip. Which actually they stayed. Ken was nice enough to paddle back with me, and his wife bailed me out, and it was unbelievable. I mean, if it hadn't been for her, I would have been really, well, up a creek. Because she did come bail me out, thank goodness, and that really helped me out. But what I really gathered from that is, like I told Sarah, I decided to paddle out Saturday because I wasn't sure if I was even going to be strong enough to paddle out on Sunday. And that was a good idea because Sunday, when I got up, there is no way I could have paddled out on Sunday. I was so sick and so weak. Just, there's no way I would have been able to do it. So, in that kind of situation, you really should listen to your body. Because if I had waited till Sunday, those guys would have had to hook a rope to my kayak and drag me out of there. Oops. And that wouldn't have been any fun for them either. But it was already, like, I could only paddle for a little ways, and then I'd have to stop and rest, and then paddle a little further and stop and rest. It was rough. And by the time I got home, I was done. I was sick. So, I was actually sick until Tuesday morning, I guess, is when I really kind of started feeling better. And it was rough, but it was the kind of sickness that just drains you completely and makes you weak, though, right? It was.
Yeah, because, I mean, you were out in the woods sick. I was at home sick. Yeah, I didn't even want to go from the bed to the bathroom.
Yeah, I mean, it was, and it wasn't just us, though. I mean,
we got it from
it was
my
it was
nephew.
a family sickness. That's the reason that I was so worried when Ken's wife came and picked me up. I sat in the back seat of the car, and she's like, "You don't want to ride up front?" And I was like, "I don't want you to get this at all," and.
Yeah, I'm glad that they didn't, because it was bad.
Yeah, and Ken said that she didn't get it, thank goodness.
And they didn't.
And they didn't, Ken or Eli, neither one of them got it. So I'm really, really happy about that. But, I mean, it sucked that I had to leave early, but it is what it is. I just had to get out of there because, what you got?
I'm getting dynified.
Dinofer all over you?
Yeah.
Let's see, what do we got here? Randy said he was sick the same weekend, but his didn't last as long. There's no place like home to poop.
Or
well...
Oh yeah,
yeah.
You like to poop in the woods.
I can't hardly handle stomach sicknesses. I just can't. I get, whatever the ladies call man sick.
Mm-hmm.
And when I'm sick, it's like the worst thing in the world, and I'm dying. And it can be the least little thing, but I'm dying. But it was bad enough that I was, diarrhea and pooping and throwing up and all that stuff. But when you get Saturday morning and you realize I'm already on the low end of what I brought for bathroom use, and I was like, okay, time to make a decision. This is not going to get any better, and I don't really want to be dealing with leaves out here. I know this is not the best the best conversation. Let me get this back up on here. Not the best conversation, I'm sure, but you guys know what I'm getting at anyway. It was definitely not fun.
The man flu, yeah.
Yeah, I get the man flu, that's for sure. Hey, Stitch. And Stitch is calling everybody out. Let's see. In the middle of fixing supper. That's okay. We actually haven't even eaten dinner yet, and I didn't even think about that until just now, until Steve said something.
Well, he's saying that the diarrhea discussion is great for cooking.
Yeah, like what are you making? Maybe we can, tailor the discussion to. Are you making like stew?
Stop! That is awful.
I'm sorry, but no, it was definitely. The trip was still a lot of fun, and I want to go back and actually do a couple of days there. But to get over that sickness thing, though, the yellow flies were terrible there. The yellow flies were horrible. And then Ken made those little yellow fly traps, those little cup yellow fly traps. Those things worked. They actually caught quite a few of those yellow flies. But the coolest thing was, and I didn't put it in the video. Eli sent it to me and I forgot. But Eli actually got a video of a dragonfly catching a yellow fly and eating it.
Oh wow.
And I'll try to put that up maybe on the Facebook page or something. I just thought about that.
It could be like a short or
Maybe I could figure out how to do a short with it or something. But yeah, that was really neat. That dragonfly swooped that thing out of the air and then just sat down and munched it right up.
I don't think it was a reaction. Only because my nephew, my niece, my mom, my dad, my sister, my brother-in-law, brother and sister-in-law.
Yeah, it was a family thing. So
yeah,
we all had it.
But Nathan.
Everybody but her brother Nathan. Everybody else got it. So.
Yeah, but otherwise, I don't know, because you don't do good with bees and wasps.
Yeah, but the yellow flies do put a big welt on me, and they'll like itch for days though. Let's see, Taco05. Hello family, how's everybody doing? We're doing good here now, thank goodness. Hope everybody else is doing good. I did see earlier that who was it? Mike Swinyard, I think's who it was, said he was from Brooksville. So if no one knows Mike and you're close to Brooksville, introduce yourself. You guys might be able to hook up and go do a camp or meet or go paddle or do something. That'd be kind of cool. Let's see what he say.
Impressed by the size of your mason jar. That's a regular canning jar size.
This is a regular canning jar size. It just happens to have a mixed drink in it. I see somebody one time said that it was something like to the effect of like you gotta love a man, or you gotta, I can't remember how it was, basically about having my mixed drink in a mason jar. You gotta love a guy with a mixed drink in a mason jar. That actually is probably my favorite cup in the house. I think I use that more than anything else.
No, you didn't use my YouTuber cup.
No, Sarah actually made me a YouTuber coffee cup.
No, mine.
Oh yeah, she's got one too. But she made me a Rewild Outdoors one with all my different stickers on it, and that's my little coffee cup that I use now. But let's see. Oh yeah, I can slide it a little closer or whatever, and it makes it look huge. Hike with Mike's in the house. Hey, buddy. Yeah, when I pick it up, then it looks like a normal size mason jar, but when it's sitting there, it looks big. So, I actually need to get me one of those, the big mason jars. That would be funny for a video, just to have that giant mason jar with a mixed drink in it. Maybe we'll do that for the 3,000 subscriber video, which we should be coming up on pretty soon. I think we're at like, I don't remember how many we are, like 2,850 something, I believe. I could look at it right there. Yeah, 2,858 or something like that, I think what it is. But, yeah, we'll be coming up on 3,000 pretty soon. So we're going to have to do something. I want to do some sort of giveaway or something for my 3,000 subscribers. We'll come up with something cool, I think. Let's see. Yeah, so we haven't talked about it in a little while because we've still got some things going on. Ed Chaos. Hey, buddy. Good to see you. I also want to shout out real quick. Ed sent me a Buy Me a Coffee, and then Robert Bell has did the Buy Me a Coffee a couple of times, and I want to shout those guys out. I really appreciate that, and that, you know, we just really appreciate it. All those kind of things really help out, and we truly appreciate you doing that. But we have Wild Camp that's going to be coming up at the beginning of December. And we haven't really talked about it in a little while. We've still got some things going on that we're working out. The email address is not going to work, and we're still working that out. And we've got
just use the Rewild Outdoors.
Yeah, I think we're going to end up using the Rewild Outdoors email for that. So it was kind of a weird thing. We never dealt with it before. So Sarah's had a couple of email addresses. She's got her personal one, a work one, and then she's got one for her own Maddie and Louise stuff. And then I've got a couple for my Facebook, and then for the Rewild Outdoors one and my personal thing. And apparently, like with us under your cell phone number, you can only have like 2 or 3 emails or something like that.
Google, you can have unlimited Gmail accounts apparently, but only so many per phone number to verify. But they don't tell you what that number is that I could find. And then whenever you put the number in, it's not like it says, oh, you're at your maximum. So you put it in and say you're going to use that phone number. And then after the fact, it tells you that you can't use that number, and there's no way to go back and change it, apparently.
Well, so that's kind of a thing that we're trying to work on. And then, what is it?
Mike's got a cat colony.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
Yep. This is Miss Dinah. Dinah is the boss of the house.
Yep. She's a Montana cat.
But so there's another thing that we had talked about, doing a like gathering up stuff for like a Christmas charity drive kind of thing. And the issue that we're seeing with that right now is because we're going to be so close to Christmas when we do our event, it's going to be tough for us to gather up all of our stuff and then be able to get it to somebody to get it, like, what am I trying to say, passed out or distributed. So we're still working on that. That's still on the table. We just haven't gotten it figured out yet. Sarah had talked about maybe doing the one for her work, but I don't think that one's going to work. I think there was something you said, I can't remember what it was. They
send out a list because it's for children that are
right.
on hospice, so they send out a specific list of things that they've asked for.
Right.
So it would be something like we would have to send the list out and then keep track of who has purchased what. And the deadline would be super close to the end of camp.
Yeah, it would be really hard to do that.
I would hate to pick a family and say, yeah, we're going to get stuff, and then someone not bring something, and then the kids be disappointed. I don't want to do all that.
So we're still going to work on that and see what we can come up with. And by all means, if you guys have suggestions for a charity or something like that, maybe we could do that. Or, I don't know how all that works. I'm not really versed in doing the charity thing. I really have never done anything like that.
Could do, and again, I'd have to look into it a little bit more, but we do the Christmas baskets for the families, and those are for like Christmas Day, Christmas Eve dinner. So we could do something like that.
Like food drive kind of thing?
Or Publix gift cards, Walmart gift cards, that kind of thing. And so, what we'll do is for any families that say that they could use help, we do it for Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Okay.
Their case managers let us know who they are, and then we kind of send them a box or a basket with food, gift cards, paper plates, all of that. So maybe that would be, because that would be, we don't have to give it to them until maybe a few days before Christmas.
Right. So that might be a possibility we could try. But that's just, that's kind of spitballing that out there, and you guys can kind of let us know what you think on that. And any suggestions or questions or anything you have, you can always message us through our Rewild Outdoors Facebook, the instant messenger. I try to get back to you as quick as I can on there. And if you, like I said, if you have suggestions or whatever, just hit me up on there, and we'll try to get back with you. And because we would definitely like to do something like that, we've just got to work it out. Oh, it was my brother-in-law Aaron. And
Lincoln and Eloise.
Lincoln and Eloise said, "Hey, Uncle Sean and Aunt Sarah."
Hey, Lincoln.
Hey, buddy. Hey, Eloise. But yeah, we definitely would like to do something like that. We just have to nail it down. And like I said, I'm not versed in doing the charities and stuff like that. So if somebody out there has some good experience in that and could kind of coach me along, I would appreciate it. Sarah does the best she can to try to coach me along, but that's a tall order for one person to try to do. She has her hands full just trying to keep me alive day to day. Let's see. David Bartell said, I saw you're selling your kayak. You have a different brand boat you're looking at. So there is another boat for sale that I was kind of trying to sell my kayak to see if I could turn that back around real quick and get this other boat. And it is now I just completely lost the name of it.
It's the same brand Ascend.
No. The other one that the other guy has. I'm trying to think what the it's an Old Town. I think it's the Old Town Guide 119. If that's not it, it's a very, very similar model to that. It's a solo canoe, and he has it for a really good price. But I'm kind of trying to be careful, with the money and all that stuff, because I tend to want to just try to buy stuff. And I've got that kayak, and if I'm going to get the canoe, I should rotate that kayak out. I've loved that kayak. That kayak has been great for me. I just kind of get to a point where I'm ready for something new, something different. And it also helps with the channel to kind of have something new to use and to paddle and like new gear. People love the new gear stuff. And so, but I have been wanting to get a solo canoe because you can carry more load on a solo canoe.
It would be lighter, right?
And it would be lighter. So my kayak weighs 78 pounds, something like that. And it'll carry 325 pounds. Which I don't want to talk too much about myself, but that puts me at a very close margin of being able to carry any gear with me at all on that kayak before I'm overloaded. But the canoe that I'm looking at is like, I want to say it was mid-40s or something like that, 40, 48 pounds or something like that. So it's much lighter. And then I think the payload capacity or the load capacity on it was like 450 pounds. Because most people say, oh yeah, I want to go kayak camping or hammock or canoe camping because I can carry a bunch of extra gear. But with my kayak and my weight, that's not the case. I end up having to try to go ultra light with it. So that's the reason that I'm kind of trying to upgrade a little bit, change it up a little bit. What am I missing?
So, Master of Disaster said that he got the hanging high hammock you recommended and likes it.
Very cool.
Mike likes the canoe.
Carry more gear. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Randy Beeson said, my paddleboard exploded in the water. Oh, man, that's not fun at all. Boatier, I see you. He said, got to pop up when finding a good deal. Yeah, that's the thing is, my buddy Eric messaged me and said, hey, I've got this canoe that he's trying to sell it. And I was like, oh man, if I could sell my kayak real quick, then I could be able to get this other canoe. But it's not necessarily something that I have to have. It's one of those things. The phone decided that now was the time. What happened? Are we back?
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it on here.